Okay, hello. For this video, I'm going to demonstrate on how to use the data validation and of course VLOOKUP and a little bit freezing commands using this using these concepts. And of course, I have here the sheet one will be the sales and the sheet two will be the stocks. Okay, so I'm gonna say click this one. I'm gonna rename this one to sales and this one for stocks. Okay. So here are the sales and the stock. All right. So first on, of course, for the items we're gonna use for data validation, we're gonna use for um the list, which is reflect on this stock for the items. Of course, you don't need to type; just select the menu, and of course, the quantity will just input only numbers or whole numbers, and then SRP will be reflect based on this stocks here, and of course the total price. All right, so let's get to it. So I'm gonna highlight these items and click data tabs on the menu and data tools for data validation, and then click any value, click the list and click the source and select the stock and drag this one and enter, and of course okay. So as you can see, all right, it has the menu which is based on the stock. All right, so it will be automatic will reflect if I'm gonna change to 4 key. Okay, so it will same here. All right, so this will be real time. So I'm gonna just drag this one, okay, to make it more the same. Okay, so the quantity will be have same concept for data validation. Data validation this time any allow. So I'm gonna select whole number and of course between excuse me. And of course, for the maximum, I'm gonna input to 0, and then of course 99999. So okay, since for this stocks we just need the input of the whole number. So if some items need to put some decimal places, like for example a rice, we need to input the decimal, so we'll just use decimal places. So for now, we will just use the whole number. So I'm gonna select this quantity table, just drag this one and data validation, data validation, data validation, then whole number and this one. So the input, so I'm gonna ignore this title and put the number input message, so number only. So if you put the cursor on this cell, it will have appear the input number only. So and the error, so change this to system error and some error message, so number only please. Okay, so that's it. So if you try to hover the or select the cell, it have the number only, of course. So of course if we input the non-numbers, of course it will have the system number only please. But of course if you enter decimal places, it's not included since we only input whole numbers. All right, so if you try to change the quantity, if some stock require the decimal, you just change the data validation to decimal places, the settings and the whole number to decimal. Okay, so that's it. All right, okay, so again for the SRP, it will automatic reflect what will be the value on the items based on the stock. Okay, example for the webcam, if I'm gonna select the webcam, it will reflect the SRP. So we're gonna use the VLOOKUP for this one. So the VLOOKUP, then select the C2 and this one, select the stock and this one. And I'm gonna click down on the formula bar and then just comma 2 and then false. Okay, then close. But I'm gonna use this to absolute. Just select the B2 and F4, C5, E4 will be automatic. All right, the dollar symbol and enter. Okay, so just drag this one. Okay, but this time if you try to look other or some error not applicable, so we're gonna catching error formula for the if condition. So if the value of F2, C2 I mean, is empty, you can just type or you can just select is empty. Yung the true condition is empty, then the close is all right. So I'm just gonna drag. Okay. If you try to look at, there is no not applicable again. So if you're gonna remove this items, so the SRP is removed, of course. So of course, if you try to put, it will reflect based on this. All right. So of course, the quantity. Okay. So I'm gonna change this one. Example, for the total price is just multiplication of the quantity times SRP. So this one, the multiplication. Okay. Let's drag. But of course, we put the catching error for the conditional if the data is empty. If the item is empty, of course, we will make it empty also. And yes, just gonna drag. So if this item is empty, of course, SRP and total price will be empty. All right. So that's the simple things for this simple. Okay. Okay. I guess it's all good for now. But of course, we'll put the freeze to. I'm gonna freeze these items if there are many items to be sold. So there's no need to. So this item will be freeze. So I'll select this one here, and I click view and this freeze and the freeze pen again. So of course, I select this one. So if we scroll it right, still the same on this page. All right. On the next video, I will discuss the sold out formula for the sum if. So if there are, like for example, the items sold 2 items, so the trucks 16 gig, as you can see, there are 4 items sold yet, diba? So we can change the stock, or we can put the sold items, how many or how much sold items. All right, that will be the sum if for the next video. So for today's video, I hope that you learned, and that's it.